My true identity is wrapped up inside of my thinking. And that's where the war is. That's where the conflict is. That's where I have to fight to be the new me, the new creation. That's where I have to fight to be the God man or the God woman that you are supposed to be. It's a fight. But can I tell you, it's a fight you can win. It's a war we can overcome. It's a conflict. Yes. It engages us. Yes. But we have to understand that the loss is the enemy, the carnal nature, the laws of our members want to prevent us from embracing life. So that's why there's a conflict, to prevent you and I from embracing life, from being able to hold on to life that matters, to get us chasing after or fighting against people, chasing after events that don't even matter. So Paul says, we're engaged, we're in this conflict, we're in this fight. There is opposition to what the law of the mind is challenging us to do. The law of the right mind. The law that dictates living according to the life that God has given us is in conflict with the law of my members. The law of my members is on auto response. The law of my members is automatically waiting, to duke it out with you because you wanted to duke it out with me. That's the natural auto response of the flesh. But the law of my mind says, but there's a higher calling. I want to grow up beyond that. I want to grow up into Him. I want to mature. I want to develop. I want to embrace true life. I don't want to keep running into dead end, valueless, dead end places in life. So here's another thought. It's interesting. It is interesting to me that it is always easier to embrace lesser thinking than greater thinking. It's always easier to reach the lower shelf than it is to reach the higher shelf. It's interesting to me that the lower shelf is in my immediate reach. I can reach right down there and grab whatever is available. But the higher shelves, that might require support. That might require me being required to climb, to scale, to ascend in order to reach what's on the higher shelves. I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, in my mom's kitchen, she put the stuff that had lesser value or lesser desire, for us kids that was creeping through the kitchen looking for, stuff we weren't supposed to have yet. So she put the lesser stuff, the things that she knew we weren't even interested, was always on the lower shelf. I mean, you ever wondered, how come the flour, the baking powder, the cooking oil, all that stuff is on the lower shelf. Man, don't nobody want that. I don't want that. That's the stuff that's convenient. That's the stuff that's readily available. That's not really what you want. Now, you might settle for it because that's all you can reach, but that's not really what you want. Here's the teaching point. What we want is on those higher shelves. That shelf when you're a kid that's way above the refrigerator. You can't just reach up and grab because now, refrigerator's in the way. Who can scale, the outside of that refrigerator? So somebody has to come and support you, help you reach up. And you find that the chocolate chip cookies are actually in that shelf well above the refrigerator. And let me share this with you. Just because the lower shelf is available doesn't mean you have to settle for what's on the lower shelf. I told you got to be careful for what the world will set in front of us. Just because they make it available, accessible, doesn't mean that we have to settle for it.